Hey, it's Jag. Let's start building.
Yeah.
Well, today I'm actually starting the build of the Highline Guitars CNC pickup winder. I'm out in the wood shop to cut the basic materials for the that will make up the cabinet and the platform for the winder. If any of you watched my my 2024 update video, less than 2 weeks ago, it was minus 50 degrees out there. With wind chills, it was almost minus 60. I'm happy to say that over the last 4 or 5 days, it's warmed up. We sort of hovered in the minus 30s for a while, but we're back up to around anywhere between -1 and +2. The temperature in here with my heaters on, which have been on for an hour or two right now, I've got 5 degrees in here, so warm enough to work. So I'm going to start today by cutting the wood and aluminum parts. And if there's time, I will also cut the acrylic bobbin plating. This build does involve fabricating a few custom parts. I'm not going to get to that in this video for sure, but they will be coming along in a subsequent video. So the plans specify building the cabinet using half-inch Baltic birch plywood. As I've said before, other than the parts that I didn't have that I needed to buy, I'm going to work with what I have in here. So I looked around in my wood loft and where I had various things stored, and I have this shelf that is about 3/4 of an inch thick, so about 1/4 of an inch thicker than is recommended. In my estimation, that will make the whole thing a little sturdier. Not that it really needs to be half-inch, would be fine. So I'm going to use this to cut the wood parts. I did go over the plans and make notations and adjustments to the measurements so that the finished cabinet will have the same internal dimensions for the components and the distance of things like the traverse and the live center and the tensioning column will all be at the distances that Chris specified. I don't think it's too particularly critical that those be exact. I also did a mock-up of the assembly of the winder cabinet that sits on the platform. I drew that out, made measurements, and put all the components where they're going to go, and everything is going to fit for sure. So enough talking, let's get on with the cutting. There's a rough fit of the parts for the cabinet and the platform. I don't know how it happened, but I ended up with about 1/4 of an inch width more than I needed for the aluminum plates. But that's okay. I think I'm going to actually leave them with the with the ends protruding out here, I think that kind of looks okay. So I'm going to leave that rather than cut that down. So there's the basic cabinet and platform. I was not looking forward to cutting the aluminum, but it struck me that I still had my old 9-inch bandsaw. And I thought, well, I'll give that a try. So it had a 5-tooth per inch blade on it, wood blade. I did a little bit of looking, and people are saying they'll use a 4 to 5 tooth per inch blade on a bandsaw to cut aluminum. This is 1/8 inch thick aluminum. And people I was seeing do it on YouTube weren't having any problems, so I thought I'd give it a try. And as you saw, it worked out great for the first cut, where I cut everything down to the right height. Then when I was trying to cut these two sides to separate, the bandsaw started wandering, and as I was trying to keep it going straight, the blade snapped. No big loss. I didn't have any other plan for that bandsaw. I'll probably get well, I have a new blade. I'll put another blade on there and tune that up specifically for doing this kind of thing, and probably keep it for cutting aluminum. That went really, really well overall. But as you saw, I had to finish sawing it with a hacksaw, and which was okay. I was able to straighten up the sides. Everything's nice and relatively square. Everything fits together really well. I'm really happy with how this is looking. I haven't done quite as much as I thought I would today. It always goes like that for me. I always think I'm going to do more than I can. But I'm really happy where I'm at. I'm going to stop here. So pieces I didn't get to cut was the little block for the live center, the block that's going to go on the traverse, and the block for the tensioner column. Those will be really quick to cut, and I'm not going to cut them till I'm closer to final assembly of this, because I want to make sure everything fits just right. And those are things I think I'm going to have to sort of finesse when the time comes. So I kind of wasn't going to do those anyway. I would have liked to have gotten the holes for the cutouts marked, but that's not really a super big deal. Next video, I will mark for the screw holes, the cutouts. I will do the cutouts, probably do a test fit of everything with screws and everything to put the cabinet together. Not the components, just the basic cabinet and the screws that hold it together. And I will probably cut the acrylic bobbin plate as well. I don't have a circle jig either for my router or for my bandsaw. So I probably will make some sort of little, just real quick circle jig. That's a 5-inch disc. So I think if I take a little chunk of wood, put a nail or a pin in it at about 2.5 inches from one edge, I can sit my blank for the bobbin plate on that. Work that up to the bandsaw, and then just turn it, so quick and dirty circle jig. That's my plan right now. That's it for this one. Like always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Share the video if you enjoyed this and found it entertaining or learned something from it. I got a nice plug from Chris at Highline Guitars. Thanks a lot, Chris. I really appreciate that. And I hope I will do your project justice. Check out my band One Soul Thrust. Like always, the links are in the description below. And until the next video, we'll see you.